Achieving net zero emissions by 2060 will require emissions to peak by the mid-2030s, followed by a rapid decline. Meeting this goal presents considerable financing challenges, with Ghana's National Energy Transition Framework estimating that a cumulative capital investment of about $550 billion will be required. Ghana Climate Compatible Growth Network is encouraging dialogue on transforming ideas into impactful projects that address decarbonization goals in the energy and transport sectors through research, investment, and analysis. The 5 key areas of interest are new energy vehicles, green hydrogen, financing the energy transition, inclusive net zero emissions future, and clean cooking. Coordinator of Climate Compatible Growth Activities in Ghana, Professor Francis Kemaswa, emphasizes the collaborative nature of the special interest groups, which bring together individuals to conduct research, share ideas, and conduct analysis in key areas supporting Ghana's sustainable energy and transportation goals.
So in CCG Ghana, we have what we call special interest groups. There are special interest groups on financing the energy transition, on green hydrogen, on clean cooking, and other areas. So what we are doing is bringing people together into these special interest groups so they can pull their ideas together, so they can be able to conduct research, to conduct some analysis into some of these areas that are of interest to us. I mean, in the end, what we want to do is to be able to contribute towards a sustainable energy transition in Ghana, as well as sustainable transportation.
My name is Jairo Quiroz. I am Deputy Director of the Climate Compatible Program and also Professor at Loughborough University. On behalf of the CCG, we are extremely proud to be supporting the country in Ghana with these studies to support the energy transition in the country. These 2 days, yesterday, Tuesday and Wednesday, being quite productive here in the country, having discussions or dialogue with multiple stakeholders, discussing the different alternatives that the country have in terms of the energy transition and options to really move away from dirty energy to clean energy as soon as possible, and hopefully before 2050.
Reflecting on the productivity of the 2-day workshop, he says,
we've been discussing how productive or what are the different options in terms of the electricity sector, the transport sector the country has. So hopefully this workshop will give us enough information to start discussing in more in-depth using multiple quantitative and qualitative tools available for free within the Climate Compatible Growth Program, and also the dialogue with the different stakeholders to co-create energy transition plans that the country will adopt.
Country Program Manager for Center for Global Equality, Dr. Elizabeth Tennyson, highlights the importance of co-creative research and capacity-building initiatives that aligns with Ghana's sustainable development objectives.
This is the second annual workshop in Ghana. Last year we had our first, which was the Inception Workshop, where we understood where the different priority areas are within Ghana. This year it was so exciting to see the different groups that have formed since last year. I was inspired by the clean cooking conversation, the different Jesse conversations, and we actually are going to see some new focal areas coming up, particularly the just energy transition, as well as some climate infrastructure and resilience. So I look forward to seeing what happens next year in the 3rd annual workshop, and great work everybody who was involved, and thanks so much for your contributions.
Adding to the dialogue, Senior Policy Analyst and Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Manager at Africa Center for Energy Policy, Mabel Akwe, emphasizes the importance of renewable energy and clean cooking solutions, especially as Ghana's reliance on biomass fuels poses significant challenges for achieving clean cooking targets.
To ensure that no one is left behind in our transitioning to cleaner sources of fuel, clean cooking has also become imperative. This is because dependency on biomass has other adverse or negative impact on our wealth and general well-being. Safety issues are all concerns. Even exposure to fire by children are all safety and quality concerns. Emissions from our charcoal and wood fuel during cooking exposes women and children to higher pollutants which causes thousands of deaths each year.
The two-day workshop has been very, very beneficial towards the energy transition, and I particularly want to highlight the emphasis that was placed on gender and social inclusion, particularly around persons with disability, recognizing that as we transition to these new technologies or green technologies, we need to recognize first issues with disability, and we also need to include persons with disability both in research, in advocacy, and the development of policies. And it is only by that we will be ensuring a just transition, and also ensuring that the inequalities that were in existence in old technologies will not be perpetuated, or even new ones will not be created as we move towards the energy transition agenda.
The Ghana Climate Compatible Growth Network, through its special interest groups and collaborative partnerships, remains committed to creating sustainable pathways for energy and transportation transitions, setting a strong foundation for a resilient and climate-compatible future for Ghana. A report by Mohammed Nurudeen.
How does that play into the NDCs? What does the cost profile look like? What are the gender considerations? What other SDG targets does this play into?